Have you ever felt paralyzed by fear, unable to move forward? Have you ever questioned if your faith is enough to overcome daily challenges? In this video, we will explore how God's promise can transform your life, bringing peace and courage to face any adversity. We will delve into inspiring stories and biblical teachings that show how living without fear is possible when we fully trust in God. Imagine a day when you wake up without that weight on your chest, feeling truly free to live your purpose. This video is an invitation for you to discover how faith can be a powerful shield against all the uncertainties and fears you face. We will talk about practical and spiritual strategies to strengthen your confidence in God and find the peace that only He can offer. Are you tired of feeling insecure? Do you wish to find an inner strength that propels you to live fully? By watching this video, you will gain access to valuable tools that can transform your way of facing challenges. Let's take a journey together to unlock the incredible potential that God has placed within you, helping you to live a fearless life. Get ready to be inspired and motivated to change. Join us and discover how God's promise for your life can be the key to a fuller and more courageous existence. Stay until the end and see how this message can profoundly impact your life, bringing a new perspective and unwavering faith. Today, more than ever, many of us face uncertainties that leave us feeling insecure and afraid. In a world full of rapid and unexpected changes, it's easy to feel overwhelmed. Have you ever found yourself questioning if you have the strength needed to face life's challenges? You are not alone. At some point, all of us have felt the weight of fear and doubt. But what if I told you there's a promise that can change everything? Imagine a life where you can wake up every morning with the certainty that you are not alone, that there is a greater force guiding your steps. This is God's promise. He offers us protection and guidance, even in the darkest moments. Do you believe you could live a fuller and more peaceful life, knowing that God is always by your side? In this video, we will explore how we can strengthen our faith to find peace, even in the most challenging situations. Have you ever thought about what your life would be like if you could replace fear with trust in God? We will address practical and spiritual strategies that can help you transform the way you face daily challenges. Have you ever tried to deal with your fears alone and felt that your strength was insufficient? Now imagine having constant support, someone who promises never to abandon you. God is ready to be that constant presence in your life. Are you willing to open your heart and let this divine promise guide you? Throughout this video, you will discover inspiring stories of people who overcame great fears by trusting in God. We will explore biblical passages that show how faith can give us courage and strength. Do you believe these stories can bring new perspective and hope to your life? So, get ready for a journey of transformation. By the end of this video, you will have valuable tools to strengthen your faith and live without fear. Let's unveil God's promise together and discover how it can profoundly impact your life. Are you ready for this change? Let's start by listening to Maria's story, a woman who faced one of her greatest fears and found courage and strength in God's promise. Maria was a single mother, working hard to support her two young children. One day, she received the devastating news that her job would be eliminated. Desperate, Maria didn't know how she would pay the bills or keep her family fed. The fear of failing her children and the uncertainty of the future left her paralyzed. But instead of succumbing to despair, Maria turned to her faith. She remembered the words of Jeremiah 29:11. "For I know the plans I have for you, declares the Lord, plans to prosper you and not to harm you, plans to give you hope and a future." Maria began to pray fervently, asking God for guidance and strength. She became more involved in her church and found support in her faith community. The people around her offered help and encouragement, and Maria began to feel an inner peace she had never experienced before. Gradually, things started to change. Maria found a new job that not only met her financial needs, but also offered her opportunities for growth and professional development. She attributes this transformation to her unwavering trust in God's promise. Maria's story is a powerful testimony of how faith can give us the courage to face our deepest fears. Now let's review some Bible passages that illustrate how faith can help us overcome fear. One of the most inspiring stories is that of David and Goliath. David was just a young shepherd when he volunteered to fight the giant Goliath, who was terrorizing the army of Israel. All the soldiers were afraid, but David, with his unwavering faith in God, faced the giant with a simple sling and 5 stones. David said to Goliath, "You come against me with sword and spear and javelin, but I come against you in the name of the Lord Almighty, the God of the armies of Israel, whom you have defied." With a single, precise shot, David struck Goliath down, demonstrating that trust in God can empower us to face giants, whether literal or metaphorical. Another powerful passage is Joshua 1:9. "Have I not commanded you? Be strong and courageous. Do not be afraid. Do not be discouraged. For the Lord your God will be with you wherever you go." These words were spoken to Joshua when he took over the leadership of the Israelites after Moses' death. Joshua was about to lead his people into the Promised Land, facing many challenges along the way. God's promise to always be with him gave Joshua the courage he needed to fulfill his mission. These stories show us that when we trust in God, we can find the strength and courage to face any fear. Faith gives us the assurance that we are not alone and that we have a powerful ally by our side. By integrating these lessons into our lives, we can prepare to face our own giants and overcome the uncertainties and fears that paralyze us. Practice trusting in God through concrete actions. Pray daily, meditate on God's promises, and seek support in your faith community. With each step, remember the stories of Maria, David, Joshua, and many others who found strength in faith. Let these stories inspire and strengthen your journey, always remembering that God is by your side, guiding and protecting you. We've seen how inspiring stories and biblical passages can strengthen our faith and help us face fear with courage. These narratives show us the transformative power of trusting in God. But how can we apply these lessons in our daily lives? The answer lies in concrete spiritual practices that can nurture our faith and draw us closer to God. Now let's explore some practical strategies you can adopt to live without fear. One of the most powerful ways to strengthen your faith and diminish fear is to pray daily and meditate on God's promises. Prayer is a direct means of communication with God, where you can express your concerns, seek guidance, and find comfort. Dedicating time each day to prayer helps keep your mind focused on God's presence in your life. Additionally, meditating on the promises found in the Bible can bring a deep sense of peace and security. When you remember God's words, such as in Isaiah 41:10, "Do not fear, for I am with you. Do not be dismayed, for I am your God." Your heart is strengthened, and your fear diminishes. Another practical strategy is to find support in your faith community. The church or religious group you belong to can be an invaluable source of encouragement and support. When you share your fears with others who also have faith, you not only lighten the burden of fear, but also receive advice and testimonies that can strengthen your own faith. Hearing how others have overcome similar challenges through their trust in God can be extremely inspiring and motivating. Actively participating in your faith community also provides opportunities to serve and help others, which can further reinforce your trust in God. Seeing the positive impact of your faith on other people's lives helps you feel more connected and encouraged. Additionally, the sense of belonging to a community that shares the same beliefs can provide a solid foundation of emotional and spiritual support. Remember, the journey of strengthening faith and living without fear is continuous. Integrating daily prayer, meditation on God's promises, and community support into your life are fundamental steps to cultivating resilient faith. These practices not only help to diminish fear, but also allow you to experience a deeper and more meaningful relationship with God. So, are you ready to start implementing these strategies in your life? Imagine the positive impact that prayer, meditation, and community support can have on your ability to face challenges and live without fear. By adopting these practices, you will be building a solid foundation of faith that will sustain you at all times. Let's strengthen our faith together and live out God's promise of a life without fear. When we live without fear, the benefits for our mental health are immense. Reducing anxiety and stress allows us to experience an inner peace that is hard to achieve otherwise. Imagine waking up every day without the constant burden of worry, without that knot in your stomach that fear causes. Living without fear frees us to fully appreciate the present moments, allowing us to focus on the things that truly matter. Studies show that reducing stress not only improves our emotional well-being, but also has positive effects on our physical health, strengthening the immune system and improving sleep quality. In addition to the benefits for mental health, living without fear strengthens our spiritual relationship with God. When we fully trust in Him, our faith deepens, and our connection with the divine becomes more intimate. This trust allows us to place our worries and anxieties in God's hands, knowing that He is in control and that His plans for us are always for our good. Feeling this closeness with God brings us comfort and security that transcends any adverse circumstances we might face. Trusting in God not only brings us closer to Him, but also empowers us to live more fully according to His teachings. When we are not dominated by fear, we are more open to following the path He has set for us, to listening to His voice, and to obeying His commands. This obedience and trust result in a life more aligned with divine purposes, allowing us to experience the true joy and fulfillment that comes from doing God's will. Furthermore, the absence of fear makes us more capable of loving and serving others. Without the barriers that fear imposes, we are free to fully engage with our communities and those around us. We can offer support, compassion, and encouragement more effectively, reflecting God's love in our actions. This not only enriches our lives, but also creates a positive impact on the lives of those around us, fostering an environment of mutual love and trust. Trusting in God also provides us with a more positive and resilient perspective in the face of adversity. When we face challenges, our faith reminds us that God is with us, strengthening and guiding us. This gives us the courage to persevere and overcome obstacles, knowing that every difficulty is an opportunity to grow and trust even more in God. Living without fear, therefore, enables us to approach life with a hopeful and determined attitude, regardless of the circumstances. Ultimately, living without fear paves the way for a fuller and more meaningful life. Without the limitations imposed by fear, we are free to explore new opportunities, take healthy risks, and pursue our dreams with confidence. Faith in God gives us the courage to live authentically, true to our values and the divine calling in our lives. This freedom and authenticity allow us to experience a life rich in purpose, joy, and fulfillment. Living without fear, anchored in God's promise, brings a complete and profound transformation. It is an invitation to experience the peace, joy, and freedom that come from total trust in an unfailing God. Are you ready to live this transformation? We now understand the numerous benefits of living without fear, especially when we place our trust in God. These practices and transformations not only improve our mental and physical health, but also strengthen our spiritual relationship, allowing us to live more fully and meaningfully. However, this journey begins with a crucial step: reflection. Let's delve into some questions that can help you evaluate your current life and prepare for this transformation. Are you tired of feeling insecure? Constantly feeling shaken by life's uncertainties can be exhausting and draining. Have you ever stopped to think about how your life would be if you could replace these feelings of insecurity with unshakable confidence? Imagine waking up every day with the certainty that you have a powerful inner strength, driven by God's promise. This strength can completely transform how you live and face daily challenges. Do you wish to find that inner strength to propel you to live fully? Often, what prevents us from living life to the fullest is fear. But when we trust in God, we discover that we have an immense capacity within us to overcome obstacles and achieve our dreams. Think about how your life could change if you set aside fear and embraced faith. You would be more willing to take risks, explore new opportunities, and live according to the purpose God has for you. Stay with us until the end of this video to discover valuable tools that can transform your approach to challenges. We are about to share practical and inspiring strategies that you can apply immediately in your life. These tools are not just theoretical. They have been tested and proven by people who, like you, were looking for a way to live without fear. Don't miss the opportunity to learn how to strengthen your faith and find the peace that only God can offer. Have you ever wondered why some people seem to face life with so much courage and determination? Their secret often lies in trusting something greater than themselves. And you can access this source of strength and courage too. Are you willing to take this step and discover the transformative power of faith? Let's explore together how you can apply these principles in your life and start seeing real and significant changes. Finally, think about the areas of your life where fear has the most impact. Is it at work? In relationships? In your personal ambitions? Identifying these points is the first step to transforming them. Imagine what it would be like to be free from these fears and live with the confidence that God is always by your side, guiding and protecting you. This is the promise we will explore, and that can make all the difference in your journey. Are you ready to begin this transformation? Let's continue together on this journey of discovering and strengthening faith. Prepare to experience a new way of living, full of courage, peace, and purpose. Stay with us until the end and discover how these tools can truly change your life for the better.